Pick a card. Who's attracted to you? Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you at your reading. Hi friends, my name is Crystal with Psychic MD, and I'm here to do another pick a card reading. For those of you new to my channel, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you. And for those of you that are repeat offenders, thank you so much for stopping back. We're going to get a little bit of Sagey Sage going right here, just because it's fun to play with fire. Today we're going to visit who is attracted to you, and we're going to get a few different things about that. First, we'll do an energy check about how you're currently feeling or what you're currently up to. Next, we're going to look at the person that is attracted to you. We're going to look at who are they, what they look like, what they do, why the fascination. I mean, why not, but why the fascination? And where have they seen you before, or where have you seen them, basically. Anything else that may come up with that will also be relayed to you. And then finally, we're going to look at what they like about you. So this might be a little bit of a longer reading. And let's get going here with your pile selection. Of course, you can skip this part. We're going to do 3 piles. Energy check for who is attracted to you. First, we have pile number 1 with the 9 of Pentacles. Feast your eyes, people. 9 of Pentacles. Pile number 2. We have the King of Cups. And pile number 3. We have the Sun. Ooh, these are all good cards, let me tell you. So, as usual, I will leave a picture so that you have more time to make your selection. And in the meantime, I will see you at your pile. Please pause if you need more time. Hi, pile 1. My name is Crystal with Psychic MD, and if you chose this beautiful 9 of Pentacles, then this reading is for you. Feast your eyes on the card. Look at my card. Okay. We're going to jump right into your energy check. I want to see how you're doing, what you're thinking. This should resonate with you, and if the reading doesn't fit, don't make it fit. That's perfectly fine. Other things that you can look at, other videos. So, energy check for pile number 1, please. Door to Spirit. Yep, I'm feeling that you're very, very connected to Spirit right now with the number 32. 3 is about cooperation, collaboration. I feel like you're getting your own downloads. I feel like you have a very pure spirit as well. And with the number 2, this has a lot to do with your personal attraction, your personal power, and your way of thinking and being. Energy check for pile number 1, please. I want to say pile number 2 so you could be connected. Storm warning. So, yeah, you could be expecting a storm in your life. You could be thinking, okay, when's the other shoe going to drop? That kind of a thing. You could be expecting things because when I add this card right here, I get a 5. Then 5 is all about fluctuation changes. And then I have the storm warning with the number 10, which means an ending. Maybe you're anticipating an ending or something radically changing. Maybe it's like the hush right before the storm. And then I have the happy family. I'll take that extra card pulling through because it wants to be known. With the number 4, happy family. What? Can you have an even better time than this? I think not. The Sun. Another of my all-time favorites. Okay. So right here, I feel like you're doing pretty darn good. Even if you may not feel like things are perfect, what exactly is perfection? I mean, I feel like if things are perfect, we get stagnant anyway. So Spirit has a way of not letting us get way too comfortable in our own skin. Let me move this tripod to get centered here a little bit more. So I'm going to say that right now, things are going pretty well. You could be close to If not family of origin, then I feel like family of choice for sure here with the sun. And the sun happens to really have a reflection on the entire reading overall. So you're doing really well spiritually, very connected. I feel like you're focusing on what is important, on happiness, on, I heard the word autonomy, so maybe you guys are focusing on your own independence, which makes sense with the Nine of Pentacles we'll address in a moment. But with the storm warning, you could be a little bit pessimistic about life. Maybe you've been thrown some hard balls, some hard curves, right? I don't know anything about ball. I'm just like bringing up terms as I can recall them. But anyways, with the storm warning, just keep in mind that any storms that you do experience wind up being a clearing of sorts for you. So you could be holding your collective breath with the rest of the world, looking at, social media and the news and things like that. But for the most part, I feel like you are deeply connecting to spirit. You're realizing that everything that we see in the 3D world anyways is really just here temporarily. Nothing is given to us forever. Even when we buy homes, even when we buy cars, even when we have siblings and family and relative, that is not a promise thing. It is not a forever thing. We are all here on borrowed time. And I feel like you know that very, very well. So you could have a little bit of an emotional upset going on here. Or you could be kind of wrestling or wrangling your own emotions. I know for sure I am, but that's kind of a constant with me. So only you know yourself the best. But I feel overall things are pretty good, even if they're not, once again, 100%. So with that energy check, that should be where you're at currently. If not, this is not your pile for sure. And let's get into the reading. The person that is attracted to you, I'm going to say right off the bat that they are single. Okay, they are single, ready to mingle, maybe, right? It's funny how we all love these like rhymes, but the Nine of Pentacles tells me that this person can be well off or they're very well thought of. Okay, that's another thing. I feel like they've had a circle of completion in their own life where they look at things differently now, and maybe they're I just looked at the number 444 on my camera, so that could be something to do with like stability of the home and things like that. But this person could be doing very well for themselves. I don't feel like they have a need to look at anybody else's wallet, anybody else's checkbook, plate, things like that. And honestly, I mean, to me, that's very, very refreshing. Now, this image is very kind of otherworldly, isn't it? And I feel like this is indeed a unicorn. This is somebody who is in touch with the cosmos, getting in touch with the cosmos, almost like one leg in and one leg out of reality, or of the 3D and the 5D. Now, I feel like this person can even, I feel like they, excuse me, I heard that they can teleport, and I don't know what I believe about that, okay? I'm not really into that side of things. I mean, I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I definitely feel like they could even do like remote viewing if they wanted to, but I feel like they have a very pure heart, and they're not going to be invasive like that to kind of crash your party and want to teleport or even remote view what you're up to. Now, some people can, of course. I mean, still, we live on the 3D, and we're all, we're here for a reason, even investigating like who's attracted to you. Would insinuate that as spiritual as we are, we desire some kind of connection, some kind of human connection. And there is such a thing as skin hunger, okay? So we're going to look a little bit more about this. This person who is attracted to you. I would like to know who this person is, please. Independent. Who is this person attracted to my pile? Number 1. The Page of Swords. Well, this person gets things done. This person has a lot of resources available to do some homework. Oh, look at the squirrel, so cute. Well, you can't see that. But I'm going to say that this person definitely is going to do, if they haven't already, this can seem invasive, like a background check, or they're going to get a feel or a vibe or a pulse for how you're doing financially, your financial health, your mental health, your emotional well-being. For somebody out there, now don't be offended, but they want to double check that you're not a hoe. Okay. This is supposed to be encouraging, and this is Griselda's words of encouragement. Don't be a hoe. Sorry. Okay, not sorry. So they see you as being very, very beautiful, very connected to spirit as well, and very strong. But I also feel like this person also sees a reflection of you. a reflection of them in you. So with your strength, I feel like you could be like hyper vigilant and they understand and they see that about you. And I also even feel like this is a nod to a protection of the temple, right? The great temple that maybe perhaps they worship, or the great temple protective of their own body, of who they invest their time, energy, and spirit with. And they want to make sure that they are, I heard, not stuck with a concubine. Wow. And not stuck with, what are those? Like people that want to siphon your energy, like not an energy vampire, but somebody, succubus. Yeah, but they're wanting to make sure that even spiritually that you are definitely aligned, because there's a lot of people, even in the spiritual community, that are into some wild stuff, and I don't feel like this is that person. Interesting, and definitely unexpected from what I thought was going to happen here. The Queen of Swords, yeah. This person is very intellectual. This person is, I heard, very verbose, very wordy, great at communicating. They are to the point, though, matter of fact, and they have the ability to cut out anything and everything that hinders. They're not going to be emotional. Wow, hello. Yeah, they're not going to be emotional, but I feel like even the way I just accidentally threw that card, this can be indicating that when it comes to you, they get a little bit irrational, a little bit emotional, which is really quite interesting. And part of the charm, part of the reason for that is that I feel like you do act as a mirror and a conductor, and so they definitely see themselves in you, and they tend to be a little bit less rational, a little bit less maybe articulate, or that's how they feel anyways. And what they look like, they might like to dress a lot in white. They might have like a beautiful, like sleek body. They might have like open arms, like when they're standing. Their arms are not folded quite often, or arms on their hip or something like that. But she's very open-handed and open-armed right here. They could have an intense stare. They could have different kind of colored eyes. Like if they did have brown, it's going to be like a light honey brown. Or like an amber, yellow, green color. Just the stare in itself is intense. And I feel like if you've come across this person, you would definitely know that gaze, that stare, because it's similar to yours. Now, also, if you've met this person in person, I feel like not that you would have a stare down, but you're both hyper vigilant, and your gaze could be very similar. And it could be a little bit like, I don't know, like a standoff, but a little bit of a challenge, and a lot of like sparky chemistry is what I'm feeling right here. So what do? I feel like they would be like a surgeon, or I feel like a lot of electronics technology behind them. And I feel like they kind of are a little bit of a dreamer, but that's hidden. Okay, that's hidden from view. You would not know that this person is a little bit dreamy at all in like how they look at life, perceive life. They could be a little bit like, I want to say naive in some ways about relationships, relationshiping. They could look at the math and do the math, but when it comes to things like interpersonal relationships, they could be a little bit like too direct, or a little bit too fantasy land, like, oh, this is what a partner looks like, and things are always going to be picture perfect, and we're always kind of going to get along, and they're always going to have my identical values, maybe perhaps a little sprinkle of that, okay? So, and why the fascination? I feel like, of course, once again, it's because you're like a direct reflection of them. Oh, wow. Okay. Bottom of the deck, I'm seeing right here is a soulmate. You have found your romantic counterpart, okay? So it could be that you have like kissed this person before, or, but if not, they definitely think about kissing you. And the fascination with you is, I think, like you might have like beautiful boobs or gorgeous pecs, depending on what sex you are. Doesn't make a difference to me. What's their fascination with you, please? Honest communication. I think that you cut to nitty gritty. You know how to communicate. And it's kind of exciting. It's erotic for them. The fact that they could find somebody who isn't coy, who's just really direct. And perhaps your communication can be a little bit dry and sharp as well. Like you're not afraid to kind of cut someone with your words, because you value honesty over like political correctness and things like that. So expect a heart-to-heart conversation. This person definitely wants to talk to you. Now, I know some of you guys love to get on here and say, well, I don't have anything. I don't know anybody. I don't have any social medias. And I'm like, well, I don't know. When I read stuff like that, it kind of makes me laugh. I'm like, well, then why are you even on here? But we all need a little bit of hope. So think about when you go to the grocery store, when you go get your pet taken care of at the groomers, at the vets, things like that. Even when you're shopping online or conducting business online. I've had people look me up and like try to talk to me on a personal one-to-one after I've done business with them. So don't be surprised. I mean, there's many different ways nowadays to meet people, even people that you're gaming with and so on and so forth. So let's see, what else? Why the fascination here, please? Why the fascination? Is, okay, gift giving is their love language. Tokens of reciprocity. How come this word is here if I can't pronounce it? I feel like that's not okay. Reciprocity. But I will probably never pronounce it correctly again because it always tangles me. Okay, tokens of reciprocity hold cherished memories. Oh my goodness. So maybe perhaps you once upon a time did know this person. You guys knew each other some way, somehow. This even looks like a banana, even though it is like the fold of the brim of her hat or something like that. But this could even indicate that you guys exchanged, like, it could be like small gifts. Maybe you were in like a secret Santa pool or a white elephant gift exchange, or you didn't know this person in real life and they're like, oh yeah, you can have it. I have another hard drive, or I have another, I don't know what people gift nowadays, right? I have another mug that's just equally as cool as that. If you like that one, you can keep that, whatever. But definitely their love language is gift giving. And acts of service. And this person's going to want to service you. Huh? Wink, wink. Okay, I'm so mature. Yeah. Anyways, actions speak louder than words. So I feel like this person not only will like bring you like little trinkets, little gifts and things like that, and just be like, oh, hey, I found this, or, you know, under the guise of maybe like it's not a big deal. They're not going to be bringing you major gifts initially, but I definitely feel like their love language would be gift giving. And hey, I have an extra ticket to, you know, go see this, or I have this, and it just so happens that you're around and they would like to kind of, you know, bless you with something like that. So let's see a little bit more about this situation, this person that's attracted to you. We visited pretty much a lot, and I feel like more dark hair than light hair, but at the darkest dirty blonde hair, but it's more on the darker side, even black, dark brown. Boundaries. Okay, so this person can feel like there are boundaries in between you, among you, and they seek clarity. So they'd like to know a little bit why you put up boundaries. If you work the same company, it could be, you know, one of those wonderful 4 clause that you can't date your coworker, which, you know, I don't think it's wrong. But here we are, moving on. Fertility. Yeah, well, the fact that they find you incredibly magnetic, incredibly sexy, and I definitely feel like they have a lot of thoughts about you in a sexual way, but I don't feel like they lead with that foot, which is really, really refreshing. And this is true. They're not going to lead with that foot of, oh my gosh, let's just, okay, let me give you a real life example. I am not 20 anymore. And I know that's a shock, but my girlfriend, who's older than I, somebody sent her a D pic, okay? And I'm thinking here, who in the world would send somebody who's like more mature a D pic? Like, what is the point to that? And do people really think that we look at those and we're like, oh my goodness, look at this D pic, and we share it with our girlfriends and we're like, oh my gosh, can you believe? Yeah, if you're a guy, we don't think like that. And it's definitely for a lot of us. I'm not going to say all of us, because I've had one particular girlfriend who collected those kind of pictures. Most of us do not. So I would try to get a read before you ever led with that foot. But I will tell you that for a lot of ladies out there, if you are a guy listening, yeah, extinguish that fire. That will turn us off like nothing, just the way that candle blew out. It is not sexy. It is not attractive to be able to share yourself over a picture or social media like that, like super graphic. It just isn't. Maybe I'm just too old. But I feel like this person has the maturity and the wisdom to know that that's just not going to wash. Now, if you're in a relationship afterwards or situationship, then that's a whole different matter. But especially when you're first starting to get to know each other. Yeah, so this person can have daydreams about you, real dreams about you, all sorts of things going on here. Again, a lot of amethyst, they could believe in moon magic. They could have heard of, what is that water? Like right after the rain and the full moon, you collect the water, rainwater, moon water. Okay, use your words. But I feel like they know a little bit about all of these things, and it could have to do with the fascination of you simply because they know that you are into stuff like that, and maybe they have done some homework because this person is not going to walk into something blindly. If you're into this kind of a world, it is definitely weird. I mean, let's just not kid ourselves. And I feel like they would have done some homework about it. Now, their initials could be C or F. I'm looking out in the trees and I'm getting like these initials, which is interesting. But I feel like what they look about you and they find out about you is actually like adorable. They're like, that is so cute. Now, I freaking hate being called cute, but here we are. So your person, this person could be thinking that you are just too cute. I already talked about what do they like about you. So I'm going to get just a couple more cards. What else do they like about you, please? What do they like about you? For pile one, if you're liking this kind of reading, please do give me like, share, comment, subscribe. What do they like about pile one? The Six of Fire. I feel like you are seen by many, many people. Many people actually look up to you with this like balloon being highlighted with a shiver. You're very much different. Like, I never thought about how different this balloon is versus all the other ones. It's like that. Those are just women or those are just men. But this person is so very different. They navigate. They know that navigation is different for them. You move differently, perhaps. I feel like you could even walk differently. You definitely look different, okay? And they really love that about you. They're fascinated about that. I also feel like they know that a lot of people have eyes on you. And frankly, I mean, I don't want to be like, well, we're in this competitive world called life, but yeah, it is. But you know, back in the day, I mean, people used to club each other over women. Or over men. I mean, okay, I'm speculating here. So I'm thinking like caveman days where they're like, ugh, me, man, you woman. And they would like knock her on the head and try to drag her into the abyss called their home or something like that. But I mean, you would think that maybe some of the guys would club each other before they, you know, tried that on her because they like the same person. But anyways, that came out of left field. Yeah, you're welcome. But last thing, what do we need to know about this scenario, please? Freedom. They want you to know that they value their freedom. They value your freedom. But they are definitely looking to dissolve walls and barriers, okay? They're willing to maybe give up this glorious, like, oneness that they have with themselves. Right? Because sometimes it's so much easier to have things like your way and do things your way and not have to involve anyone else. But they are definitely drawn and attracted and would like to consider living a life that would incorporate you. They just don't want to give up their identity and have that dissolve into something that they don't recognize any longer, which to me smells a very balanced relationship, honestly. The whole you completely movement is ridiculous. Yeah, but I feel like you need to be a whole person before you know, kind of, I guess, entangle with anybody else or get with anybody, because I think that that's the healthiest way to be is be a whole person and another whole person, and you guys can join whatever it is that you like, and it just makes more sense. But that is what I have for you. Much, much love to you, pile number one. Until next time, namaste. Hi, pile two. My name is Griselle with Psychic MD. Pile number two, you chose the King of Cups. Let's get a little bit closer here. The King of Cups, look how beautiful he is. So this person is very familiar with the journey of the heart, with emotion. I feel like initially we start, as a Page of Cups, and we go through all the emotions of like being over emotional, being super sensitive, maybe even hypersensitive. We go through the I want to give emotion to everybody and it's a little bit excessive. Or, oh, look, ooh, shiny. He is really beautiful. I'm actually really into them as well. And oh, look, and there's just so much emotion attached to all the things that we do. You could have chased things out of sheer emotion. This person could have. But this person's been through the ringer and they've suffered because I'm looking at this, having a glance down at this. By responsibility, romance interrupted. Duties come first. So I feel like this person is heavily aware and has learned these lessons. And he's now the King of Cups. It could be a he or a she. Doesn't make a difference to me. So this person is well aware that you can't just go by emotions anymore. Perhaps they did once upon a time. Before I proceed any further, I must do an energy check with you. So pile number 2, energy check for pile number 2. Where are you currently? Let's get a little distant from this here. Energy check for pile number 2. Tell me a little bit about pile 2. The thinking woman. Okay. What else do we have? Strategy. Maybe you have your eye on somebody already. And the 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. Beautiful, beautiful card. Interesting how this all balances out. So you could be somebody who is focused on making things happen. You could be a go-getter. You could be a really great strategist. You could be a very good speaker, a great communicator, by the way. I feel like the way that you are able to communicate things is pretty inspiring. I feel like even if you're writing official documents for work and things like that, I heard letterhead. That's for some of us old school people, right? But you could be very well sought after. Now, some of you guys are writing, I feel like manuals, like system analysts or manuals on how to use different software or tech programs and things like that. So your writing abilities translate to a whole different technical form. That's going to be for someone. Now, for others of you, you are developing a strategy to head towards this person that you're interested in, or vice versa, okay? I feel like your mind often gets the best of you, and that's something that you are aware of, that you're in the middle of transforming. You could be a reader, a journalist, or somebody who has a book in them that's, written chapters and things like that. You could like to write notes and send them off to people. One of the best gifts that anyone can probably give you is a book or a membership to some kind of a library or a book, or audiobooks, things like that. You could have transformed a lot of like what you read and what you think about and what you saturate yourself in. So with the 6th chakra right here, this is definitely getting downloads from Archangel Metatron, and you could be into the angels or maybe not at all. But the bottom line, I feel like you are definitely connected to spirit, definitely connected to source. I feel like you definitely get, I get physical, how do I put it? Like physical touch or physical energy on my crown chakra when something is being communicated that is very important. My guides try to get my attention. You could feel those as well. You could even feel angel wings around you, or things like feathers brushing up against you. You can find feathers that wind up being like treasures, like, oh wow, this must be a message from the other side kind of a thing. You could be that kind of a person, and that could set you apart from other people. But I feel like you're very well buttoned up, very much like maybe a little bit private. Like a lot of people don't know a lot about you, or if you are a little bit woo-woo, they don't know that side of you very well, or that it might catch them by surprise, I guess is what I'm getting right here. So I'm going to go ahead and clear this off. This should be your energy check, by the way. And if this doesn't match anything that is familiar, or if it doesn't describe you in the least, then I would say choose a different Yeah, a different pile, or I would look at a different video because you may not even have a message here for you today. So moving on. This person came back to earth from their emotions with responsibilities. And it could be that maybe even emotionally they got entangled with something, someone that taught them that you have to regulate your emotions in order to navigate what we call life itself. Responsibilities such as keeping a job, keeping people happy. I feel like this person can even play guitar for some of you guys, because this to me, even though it's not a guitar, it momentarily looks like a guitar that's upside down. So they could play the guitar. This person is definitely in the background. They might like to wear all black or really dark clothes. They might walk around without a shirt. You might run into this person at the gym. They might know you from the gym, something like that. Their name might be Jim. Excuse me. What else do we need to know about this person that is attracted to you? I feel like this is not going to ring a bell with a lot of you guys as well, because this person doesn't appear emotional. But when you poke the surface, for sure. Their love language is also gift giving. And when I was doing pile number 1, I kept trying to call it like pile number 2. So you guys, I feel like there's definitely a connection. If you feel led, you might want to check out the very first pile as well. You might have some messages there. But this person's love language is gift giving. And I feel like they might keep mementos, and that's how you're going to know. It's like, well, yeah, my mom gave me that when I was whatever, or my sister gifted that to me when, you know. They might have like photographs in their phone or photographs in their home reflecting things that are sentimental to them, although they wouldn't call it sentimental, and they would probably not allow you to see them if they even thought of it in that term. This person that is attracted to you, please, what do they look like? I feel like they're fit or lean for sure. This person, I feel like, even makes you feel worthy. You are worthy. Your worth doesn't depend on the other person. Yeah, this person can be like a best friend or somebody that gives you like a really good pep talk when you need it. They could know that maybe you struggle with self-esteem, and maybe once upon a time they struggle with self-esteem, and that's why they quite recognize it, and they know how to navigate that quite well, even if they haven't expressed it to you thus far, okay? Because this person has a lot of secrets. And I don't think bad secrets, but this person is shielded. A little bit shielded. With the moon here, I feel like they're not very forthcoming. This person, you might like see or hear from them more at nighttime than any other time. They might work night shift, something like that. So what does this person look like for pile number 2? If you're liking this kind of reading, do give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. So quality time is their love language. This person is going to want to spend quality time with you. And I feel like, it's not going to necessarily be like Netflix and chill. I almost said net chicks and Phil. I'm going to make up my own terms here because I can. But yeah, I think that quality time, be the witness to each other's lives. They want to be present. They want to be engaged. They want to understand like where you're coming from and what you're thinking and where you're headed, what your drive is, what you are basically all about, like what makes you soar emotionally. God. Okay. Yeah, and definitely very sexually attentive to you as well. So that's as far as I'm going to go with that. Yeah, this could be a natural evolution. This could be like a friend or somebody on the wings that's been waiting to get maybe a chance with you, and they see that you could be like a life partner. Let the situation unfold naturally. And this appears like the female's being a little bit more like the aggressor. And with all the yellow going on, this person definitely wants, if you're meant to be together or to hook up or whatever, they want it natural. They don't want anything forced. They want to make sure that it is of your own will, your own, I don't want to say like you're instigating, but I definitely feel like this person wants to feel like you desire them. It's not like, oh, they chased and then they caught you. And I know that sounds a little bit weird to put it that way, But I've had many discussions about this from different friends, close and otherwise. And, a lot of times it's like we get in the habits to where, this person chases and we're like, well, they're chasing me. So I said, yes, finally, that kind of a thing. And believe it or not, things do happen that way. But I feel like this person definitely wants to know that you want them. And that goes back to their emotional intelligence. Okay. They have that way of knowing that this is important to them. And so they're going to seek to satisfy in a way that is tangible to them. And how that would be tangible is not only if you reciprocate, but if you initiate as well. So if they initiate a little bit and they, want to spend quality time with you and whatnot, they're going to wait for signs that you are initiating as well before they want to proceed further. Because if they do all of the chasing or initiating, they're not going to feel secure that this is something that you actually totally want. Okay. And I heard been there, done that. So yeah, they don't want that. I have the Courage card. This can involve a Leo or someone with Leo within their chart, anywhere in their chart. I did hear actually 8th house. So, I mean, if that fits, that's great. We all know that, Leo is the month number 8 as well. But I feel like they could appear a little bit square at times because this is like kind of a square or a diamond shape, depending on what you're looking at here. I feel like they look out for things that are quite different. They look at your bravery. That's one thing that they do like about you, and that's part of their fascination with you. I just dropped this. Hold on. Please hold. One moment, please. Okay, so this jumped out and self-love came upside down. Interesting, because part of the draw, they could... Interesting. Okay, stop saying that word. They could see that maybe something about you is... They think that you're incredibly courageous. Maybe they know a little bit about your background story, which leads me to believe that they might be in your friend circle, or at least a friend's friend circle, like they know about you. But they also know that they sense like a self-loathing or self-hate or something about you that you're not being kind to yourself. And it just, you could have a lot on your shoulders, have had a lot on your shoulders. And with this landing upside down, I feel like they can sense that there was something in your past that is affecting you currently that makes you not love yourself, or parts of you that you don't like, okay? For lack of a better way of saying that. And I feel like they actually want to heal this. They want to come in, and I heard not like your savior, but they want to come in and kind of save the day. They do want to feel like the hero. This person can pride themselves on wanting to be a hero, actually, especially with the strong jaw right here. And they want you to lean on them. They would want you to lean on them. Why the fascination here? Why are they fascinated? Oh, meow. Okay, love language is physical touch. So they are definitely, maybe that's what all this cloudiness is. They know they can't approach you with like just sexual energy, or you'll be like, next. Because everybody does that, it appears nowadays, or I don't know, it's always kind of been like that, I guess. Depends on your experience, but physical touch could be definitely a love language. A tender touch means so much, but they know that they can't like, go towards you like that. That's why they are trying to kind of reel you in to come towards them. And they're fascinated because maybe, okay, I want to know why. Why are they fascinated? Oh, friendship upside down. I feel like, this is somebody that you friend zone. They don't want to be in the friend zone. They don't want to be in the friend zone. They want to celebrate. They want you to desire and want them. So they have this dream, this wish. Interesting that came out of the deck. Reverse. Okay, that is a confirmation. Why the fascination, please? Lighten your load. Yeah, they want to help. They want to help with your burdens. They want to help with your stress. They want to help with how you perceive the world. Even here, it looks, I don't know if you could see like the eyes and the mouth, and like this is a huge burden to carry. And you could have been observed by this person like not loving yourself and having a really tough time in life, especially if they were in your friend circle or are. And they want to help with that. They want to give you something new to look forward to. They're definitely sexually attracted to you, but they know that, there's limits to that currently. Okay. beauty. You are incredibly beautiful to this person, especially because you perceive things so differently. And I happen to look at these orbs right here through the camera, and I just noticed it was almost like a pair of sunglasses or glasses. So it's the way that you look at things that really kind of mesmerizes this person. The way that you look at them, the way that you even look in the mirror is so different than what they are accustomed to, that it gives them a constant, I can't say that, okay, a constant excitement for you. I'm going to put it that way. But your life purpose, the very reason for your breathing, your existence, the way you think, the way you move in life is so freaking attractive, so sexy, so sensual, so connected also with the tree of life. You could be one of those that says as above, so below. Okay. The way that you manifest could be so, I heard desirous. Okay, let's use some weird words. Why don't we? But your connection with the moon is definitely something that is a trait that I don't want to say they're surprised about, but they're alert. Okay, and this could be something on the down low that they're not necessarily going to be telling you stuff like this, because it would be kind of weird speak, wouldn't it? Yeah, but once again, they have a lot of passion towards you. And they hope that you would reciprocate that passion. Maybe they have seen you dance. I would love to see you dance. Something like that. Maybe you play with fire, like you're a fire dancer. I would love to do that. That would be so much fun. But anyways, so these are things that they like about you. So what else do we need to know for pile number 2? I feel like this is really straightforward here. Oh, hey. Hey-oh. 9 of water. Yeah, you are like their wish fulfillment. I feel like you are that diamond that has been overlooked. Maybe, you know, when you think about like treasures from a sunken ship, and it's like nobody's seen them for years and years, and it's like a pipe dream. Nobody really understands, but I feel like this person can see you for the gem that you really are, and have a genuine fondness and a cherishing heart towards you, which is actually always really nice, right? It's pretty much what we want. So they definitely cherish you. What gives here? The 4 of air. So I feel like this is more your energy. You're in, is it stasis? Is that how you say it? I feel like a period of contemplation, a period of thinking, and you could have been in this period of thinking and contemplation for a long time. This is somebody who is kind of sat down and thought so much about like the injuries of the past and how life is evolving, that almost like you kind of, what are they, dissociative, you dissociated from your area, your surroundings, and you could have survived that way all throughout growing up. Maybe you guys have known each other for a long time. That's just a feeling I get with all of this white in the background right here. I definitely get like crown chakra vibes. So you could be definitely connected to spirit and have a lot to do with like healing currently from past situations. But I feel like you are currently above it. And maybe you don't know that you've actually quite healed a lot, okay? And I resemble that more, Monarch. We're all in different stages of healing, and it doesn't mean that you're perfect, and it doesn't mean that you won't have to go back and address the same issue years later or however long. And then I have the 8 of fire. This person wants to communicate. They want to communicate. They want to come in strong. They might even want to visit you. Interesting. It's hard to see what this image is. It's a little person on top of this panda. I feel like they want to carry you. They want to kind of promote you and maybe your travels and things like that. And something to do with orbs. They know, maybe they could see orbs as well. And I don't feel like they're totally in this kind of community. They might not fully understand it, but they could have had their own experiences with the supernatural, or seeing orbs, or things that are kind of questionable, feeling energy that they're not totally familiar with. And they're definitely drawn to you because of these factors. So that is what I have for you. Much, much love to you. Hope you enjoy that reading, and I will see you next time. Namaste. Hi, pile number 3. My name is Grisel with Psychic MD, and we are here to do your reading. Now, you chose this beautiful card, the Sun card. Let's see how close we can get. How close can we get? Okay. So you chose this gorgeous Sun card right here. And we are going to do an energy check. The Sun card is a card that I feel trumps all other cards. And this person can have a very sunny disposition. And I just got a song before I actually rolled the camera, and that song left my brain. So if it comes back, I will let you know what it is. But we're going to go ahead and do your energy check. So you should actually see your energy here. And if you do not, then perhaps you don't have a message at this point in time, or you are free to visit other piles as you see fit. Your energy check. Well, hello. Okay, door to value. Door to value. Let's see what else we get. 3 cards, please. Door to value. Ooh, hostilities. What's up with that? What is up? And, okay, however many cards Spirit wants. That's what we're doing. This apparently is what we're doing. So we have the Goddess of the Moon and the man holding the heart. Okay, well, definitely about a relationship. That's good to have that encouraged. But I'm going to tell you that before I started rolling, I definitely felt like, this is somebody like a blast from the past. Like this is not over. Now, there could be some hostilities because of this card right here. And I know that this is supposed to be your energy check, but I feel like you guys are mutually entangled. I'm hearing it's almost like energy that has never left. Okay. But I'd like to know actually more about what you're feeling, because you're going after like what you value. Door to value, I feel like right here has a lot to do with spirit. You could be into feng shui, Chinese medicine. You could be into all things spiritual, connectivity. You could start liking gold, like gold jewelry and things like that. Currently, I feel like even looking at what is abundant to you could be reevaluated at this point in time. With the number 3 is cooperation, collaboration. And you're looking at what type of relationships around you are cooperating and collaborating with you. Is it bringing value into your life? Because that in itself is a form of currency. Money is currency. That's pretty much all it is. So I feel like you are opening up that door in order to allow more and more abundance into your life. You're the Goddess of the Moon right here. And I feel like you are connecting with the moon. I feel like you could be seen as somebody who is deeply, deeply connected and has a lot of emotion behind them as well, which is really quite interesting, because I feel like even in this, you're being observed in your current state, okay? With the number 31, it reduces to 4. This is about your stability. With the moon, I have 52, 5, 6, 7. I did just count out loud. And so I feel like this is your connectivity. Once again, a spirit, very spiritual number. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, because I have to count that way. Don't judge me. With the man holding the heart. So you could be even looking at, in your mind and in your heart, at a past situation. Yeah. Who's attracted to you? I feel like you know that. Okay, that's what this is you intuitively have a connection, like a telepathic connection with this other person, energetic connectivity. I feel like even just seeing like one bird flying away, this person could have left you, you could have left them. Regardless, you're no longer together anymore. And for whatever reason, you guys are tied. Okay, you have I heard a karmic tie, but you have a cord connecting both of you. Anytime people get involved in relationships, connectionships, situationships, especially if you're having the great old SEX kind of a connectivity thing, make no mistake, it does bond and bind you to each other. And I don't think that, I don't think that some people, especially nowadays, believe that at all. But it is a fact, and I feel like if you kind of doubt that, then why is it that you continue thinking about this person? Because this person continues thinking about you. But there's a great hostility that we're going to have to explore in a moment. You could be a Leo, they could be a Leo, a sun sign. Something about the sun, you could come from a very hot place, and maybe you move to a place where it gets darker faster. I don't know, like for example, Alaska, right? My examples here are limited. Geography was not my strongest suit in school. Do not judge, use your own examples. But I'm going to say that places like maybe Alaska, where they have, 6 months of sun and the rest in dark darkness. I think that's how that works anyways. But you pretty much know. I think there's been like a big switch from where you came from initially and where you were prior to that. So I feel like a big separation, a separation of states, of cities, and perhaps of even continents. Okay. So appreciation. I feel like you're stopping and smelling the roses and appreciating life for what it really is. This gives me a lot of like the Nine of Pentacles and the original Tarot. So this is still is a 555. I'm getting 555, that is on the camera just a second ago. And with the number 15 right here, of course, the 5 being addressed. 5 is to me always about change, about growth, about expansion and uncomfortability. Because especially for a fixed sign like myself, I'm a Leo. I do not like change in spite of what people think. But change is necessary in order to expand. But I feel like you're growing with appreciation as to what is around you. And I think that you have the ability to stand tall within yourself. Interesting how you have like the white hanky right here with the hostilities. It almost makes me feel like you're kind of like calling it quits. You're like, right, I'm not going to fight anymore. This is not, it doesn't behoove me. If you were in a fight with this person before, in a relationship or situationship, then I feel like you're kind of like, yeah, I'm just not down for that energy any longer. I mean, what's done is done, and we just need to move on or move forward. And I feel like this person is still intrigued, and I heard tethered to you, okay? It's interesting that that word should come into mind because I feel like this person is intrigued in spite of themselves. And I can almost tell you exactly why that is. Now, I would venture a guess right now, but I don't want to kind of spoil the reading. I feel like I want to let the reading unfold to see if this is, you know, a thing, if this is what I think it is. But last card for your energy check, so you could still be thinking about this person that is feeling hostile towards you, which is really ironic. 3 of Air. There it is. Yep. There was some sort of a betrayal, some sort of a dishonesty here. And with the 3 of Swords, this is about healing, about protecting your heart space. She's even, you know, protecting your heart chakra. This is turning your back on events and moving forward. So I feel like you've done a lot of this work on yourself. You've reached a level where you are moving out of the 5s of change and things like that, and you're entering the 6s, which is a lot more stable and a lot more of a beautiful place for you to conduct business, to be able to stand strong and find your personal power once again. So that is your energy check. Is definitely not what I anticipated, but I almost feel like I want to keep this hostility out here because I feel like it's going to play out quite a bit. We will see. We will see. That was your energy check. Pile number 3. So the Sun. Let's see. This person who is attracted to you, who are they? If you're liking this kind of reading, please give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. That would be great. The Magician. This person is a magician. This person wants to manifest you in their life. But also, I feel like there's a lot of mirroring energy right here, intuitively speaking. I feel like it's going to come full circle because you can manifest them in your life as well. And there's been a lot of heavy thinking on both sides of this. Both sides of this. Let's see if we can kind of zoom in here. Yep. You could be manifesting each other. I do feel like this person, by the way, is not attached to anyone. If they are attached to someone else, I feel like it's like a recent divorce, recent separation, something that they're just not in tune with their current person any longer. Okay. Who is this person? It's the Knight of Cups. Yeah, this person wants to bring you messages of like, oh my gosh, and this is how I feel. I can't get you out of my mind. And this is, you know, what I want. And I want to, but there's still a hostile energy which we need to explore. And that appears to me like a mirror behind there. So look, this person is totally obsessed with you. Okay. I mean, they could be Capricorn, but I feel like this person is totally just obsessed. They could have a really beautiful body, idolize, worship beautiful bodies. They could be a gym rat. They could be somebody who takes very good care of themselves, and there's no shade on that for sure. But I also feel like this person can be very driven by the flesh, which maybe perhaps cause the entire disconnect to begin with. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Tell me more about this person. This person likes to pose. They might like to, if not pose for pictures, they might like for people to drink up their aesthetics. Okay, that's a weird way to put it. They put a lot of weight and merit into how they look. Okay, this person is going to be groomed and perfumed or cologned, you know, showered, suited and booted, that kind of a thing. The Queen of Cups. So they can have a lot of emotion. Their feminine side, I feel like, has suffered because they put so much merit on things that are external. And this person wants to work more towards you. They want to work hard at things. They want to rewrite a new chapter. You could be connected with the reading I did or posted today that I'm filming. So today's the 12th. So I think it posted today. But it's a one before this, okay? You could have a message in there as well about a new chapter in love. I feel like this person wants to rewrite the script, and they are feeling nostalgic, sentimental. They think that they want to work on this, and yet there is a level of like animosity and aggressiveness. Almost like, I don't know if this is blaming or thinking, well, it wasn't my fault, or that's what I had to do, or there's like no wanting to take accountability is what I'm feeling. So they're saying they want to work on this connection with you. I can't get you out of my mind. Interesting. Tell me more about this person, please. What do they look like? What does this person look like? Look, this person can have three very different faces about them. This person can appear coy, like they're, you know, wanting to leave. They could be feeling like they're present, and then they could be like almost in the future. They could be very different to different people. So it depends on what they want to portray and what stage in life they are in the current moment. It's interesting because it's like three faces of this person. You could have seen the worst of them as well. The best of them, which is what they're trying to put out there. But I don't feel like this person's done a lot of shadow work, because there seems to be a lot of like inner heart things that they haven't addressed. Okay, especially with the Queen of Cups coming out as well. Tell me more about this person, please. Temperance. They could have had an addiction or currently have an addiction that they need to get control of. And this can, you know, include but not limited to porn or I'm not going to say those words. I'm trying to like clean up my act, you guys. It's difficult for me. But they have a lot of emotion, and they're trying to gain control over their emotion. But also, I feel like addiction can be, you know, substance abuse and things like that can be a thing with them. And then the Lovers. Yeah, so I feel like, you know, with the Lovers, it always talks about an older lover and a newer lover. And I feel like once upon a time, you were, you know, the newer love, and then now you've become like the memory, the older lover. Whether age or not, it doesn't make a difference. And they're revisiting that. They have a lot of tenderness towards you. They miss seeing your face, being able to put their hands on your face in like a good way, not a bad way. And they miss your hair, the way that they were able to kind of like touch your hair, look into your eyes is like the biggest turn on for them. The way that they had your gaze captivated. Okay, they want to captivate your gaze because it's a little bit of a control thing. It's like, look at me, look at nobody but me. You have only eyes for me. So it could have been some of that, a little bit of like an immature energy as well. And hopefully not, but you guys could have had some DV in your connection, whatever this connection is, right? Let's see here. Well, let's just call the elephant in the room. I really wasn't trying to visit that, but let's see what's going on here. I would like to know, why the hostilities? Why is this person feeling hostile, aggressive? Why is this person hostile or aggressive? In his communication, their actions. What is going on here? Why is this person hostile? Okay. Page of Water and the Eight of Air. So I feel like they're no longer caught up in their mind, but they are wanting to, like my girlfriend says, aggressively friendly. Maybe they want to be aggressively friendly. They don't know any other way but to be aggressive. So with the Eight of Air, it's like they've been trapped in their mind for a long, long time, unable to execute any form of action. With the Page of Water, this is a very small, very, very tiny apology, okay? This could be like, well, yeah, I'm sorry about that, but it takes two to tango, or there's two of us that are accountable, or I wasn't the only one there to form the problem, that kind of a thing. So this person, I feel like, has not really grown emotionally, spiritually, for sure. They're looking for the blame game, and they're not looking for like a real connectivity. Interesting. What is going on here? Five of Fire. Yeah, I feel like this would bring about, like, bring the fire. I mean, Five of Fire is combativeness. This is, I want to win you. I want to win at all cost. And the Two of Fire, this person can be accustomed to triangulating people and situations and things like that. Perhaps that's why this ended to begin with, okay? There's a little bit of a control freak here going on in this energy, and I wish it wasn't so, but this is what I'm getting. Let's see more about this, please. A little bit more about this person. What is going on with this hostility thing, please? Yeah, that's how they feel empowered. They feel empowered by controlling things, controlling the narrative, by things going in a paint by number, step by step, according to their strategy and their analysis. But there's not a lot of like, let me take responsibility for my part in it, which is why the hostility is there. And then Strength. Okay, so we have Strength card, Leo being referenced twice, and they could see that you are definitely otherworldly. I feel like they could even pedestal you a little bit, but I feel like they kind of want to, like, this is weird. I feel like even if you guys were intimate, they could have wanted to like hurt you so they can enjoy it a little bit more. Sorry, but that's what I'm getting. And I still feel like that energy, that kind of energy is here. Hostilities. Why is this here? 4 pile, 3. I don't even like this pile anymore. Sorry, you guys. New beginnings. Yeah, they want a new beginning with you. But what they don't realize is that they need to heal their inner self and really inspect. It's like with the number 2, that's about your personal power. What exactly about your personal power is at stake right here? Why is it that you need to come like fully armed at people instead of like just saying, yeah, well, this wasn't the best. I didn't act the best. I wasn't thinking the best. And I need to kind of humble myself. And I don't see that. But they think that they can have a new beginning. But you can't have a new beginning with an old attitude. What they like about you is your strength, your power, the way that you've been able to conquer your inner demon, the way that you've even been able to come through this. I feel like with flying colors, with a different approach, with a lot of integrity. I heard nobility, with a lot of honesty. But I feel like they looky-loo on your social media. They spy for sure. I don't know. It just feels like they want control. I don't think that this person is healed enough to even go on a date with, honestly, or even for honest communication. I'm not seeing it. Psychic abilities and prosperity. Maybe they're drawn to you because they know that you have psychic abilities. They're fascinated by that. They're intrigued by that. They're wanting to know what your third eye can see about them specifically. You might be dealing with a narcissist. I kind of don't like this at all. I'm so sorry, you guys, but again, that's what I'm getting. With the prosperity card, it's almost like, what do you have, or are you able to share your abundance, your gifts with me, that kind of a thing. It's all about them. And yeah, I would say run, not walk away from somebody like this. I feel like they love your stare, your intensity, but they also love a little measure of the control factor. They would like to think that they can control this as well. That to me is definitely not a healthy relationship. But anyways, we're only here to examine who is attracted to you. I want to see if there's anyone else here, just to kind of give you guys a little bit more hope right here. So is other people, okay, we don't want this at all anymore. We're done with this energy, done. Who is attracted to pile number 3, please? Who is attracted? The Knight of Wands. Somebody with in and out energy. Who else is attracted, please? The King of Swords. Ooh, okay, this is interesting and promising. This is somebody who wants to kind of invest. They could be a quick communicator. They could move quickly. They could have blonde hair, blonde-ish hair, long hair. This is somebody who wants to remain hidden for the time being. They want to observe the star. This is somebody who maybe perhaps you're interested in as well. And this feels like a full circle thing. So maybe this is even someone that you've had an interest in the past, and maybe things didn't, you know, there was no date or no nothing. I don't know what's going on here. And the Fool. So you have a couple of different people here. But I feel like a lot of them want to take a chance. You have one in particular that really only wants passion. If you want, you know, to allow people to mess up your hair, as I would call it, that's great. That's on you. But long term, that's not going to be long term. And then with this King of Swords right here, I feel like, you know, they would be a very good person to be with, as long as you're going to get the truth and nothing but the truth from them. And it might be a little bit too blunt, a little bit less romantic. You know what? Nothing is perfect. I mean, we're all looking for perfection. Exactly where? In the mirror? I don't know, because I don't see it. So Page of Wands right here. Yeah, this is a little bit of a young, you could have like different demographics, older people looking at you, younger people looking at you, a lot of light colored hair looking at you. Blonde, that's another way of saying blonde or honey blonde, or a lighter hair color, or like the fashion colors. That would wind up into that as well. Who's attracted to pile 3? I saw that before and I thought I would just shuffle because I didn't want just to take cards that were there. But here we are, the Emperor. So this is somebody who's like my way or the highway, but also good provider. This person's also been all of the kings, and they have the ability to bring out whatever king that is appropriate at the time. For example, if they need surgical precision on a strategy, on a determination, they will be able to pull out that King of Swords as well. They could be that, but they could also be the King of Cups that understands emotions, that doesn't necessarily wear their heart on their sleeve, but that they quite understand things about emotion, that have emotional intelligence, and they can work that angle as well. They can be sensitive and loving to their partner, their family, their daughters, sisters, whatever the case may be, or even, you know, sensitive to patients if they work in the health industry, whatever, all the things. But they've been all the people, okay? And occasionally this person can be a little bit of a hard ass, so you want to be careful with that. Then I have the King of Pentacles right here. So somebody has been observing you and moving very, very slowly to you. Almost, and so slow that you can't even perceive their movement to navigate and strategize and get closer to you. So if you find that like someone in your circle was like, I don't know, like 7 degrees of separation, all of a sudden they're, you know, within your third ring of circle of friends, and then all of a sudden they're, you know, closer and closer, that kind of a thing, that would be a great indicator as to who this would be. But this person, out of everybody out here, because I did kind of like this, this Emperor, but I feel like I like this person better for you because this person has purpose, and they know they're going to put the work into it. They know what they're doing, and they are not going to shy from putting elbow grease into it and know exactly what they're doing, especially because they don't take their time and energy and efforts and money lightly. So whatever they do, they're going to do it with a focus. So that is what I have for you. Hope that this reading was helpful, hopeful, or entertaining. Much, much love to you. Pile number 3. Namaste.